I had always thought my life was ordinary, tedious even. My name is Daniel Carter, and I spent my days cataloging satellite data for the Orbital Survey Institute, a position that was far less glamorous than it sounded. My job consisted of scanning anomalies, logging entries, and sending the occasional alert to higher-ups if I detected something unusual. Most of the time, I simply stared at screens full of numbers, starfield images, and the cold hum of data flow. That night, however, was different. I was the only one in the observation deck. The lab's lights dimmed, with the artificial glow of monitors illuminating the room in shifting blues and greens. I noticed something. An odd frequency wave pulsing from the outer rim of Titan's orbit, the kind of signal that didn't match natural celestial phenomena. At first, I thought it was interference, but as I isolated the source, I realized the rhythm of the wave wasn't random. It was a pattern, deliberate, almost like language. Leaning closer, I listened to the faint static hum piped through the audio channel. There was a whisper. My heart skipped a beat. And then I heard a voice, soft but undeniable. Daniel. I nearly fell from my chair. I ripped off the headset, my pulse racing. No one should have been transmitting my name from Saturn's orbit. No one. That was the beginning of it all. The moment my life shifted from data logs and sleepwalking routines into something far stranger. The encounter. 3 nights later, after failing to sleep, I returned to the observation dome at 2 a.m. The signal had grown stronger, almost pulling at me, like a current tugging a helpless swimmer. My colleagues didn't seem to notice it. No alarms had been raised, no chatter about unusual readings. It was as though the data was visible only to me. That's when the lights in the lab flickered. A static buzz filled the room, prickling against my skin. Froze. And then she appeared. Not through a doorway. Not through a screen. She was simply there. A tall, statuesque figure cloaked in something that shifted like liquid metal. Her eyes an intense shade of silver blue that seemed to pierce straight through me. Her hair floated slightly as though suspended in water, shimmering with faint streaks of violet. I opened my mouth to speak, but before I could make a sound, she moved faster than I could process. Her hand pressed over my mouth, her other palm covering my eyes. Her skin was cool, almost electric. "Now remember who you are," she whispered. And suddenly visions flooded my mind. I saw a battlefield under alien skies, warships burning in the atmosphere of a world that wasn't Earth. I saw myself, not in my current form but armored, standing beside beings with luminous skin and wings of light. I felt the weight of a sword in my hand, the kind that wasn't forged of steel but of condensed energy. And I knew I had fought before. When she lifted her hand, I gasped for breath, stumbling backward. What are you?" I demanded. Her expression softened. "You don't remember yet. But you will." Middle. Her name was Liara, and she wasn't from Earth. At least not entirely. She explained fragments of truths I struggled to comprehend. That I was not Daniel Carter, ordinary human researcher, but something far more ancient. A warrior from her people, once bound to protect an alliance that spanned galaxies. A war had torn us apart, and in desperation my essence, my memories, my very identity, had been sealed within the fragile vessel of a human body on Earth. "You were hidden here," Liara told me, her voice carrying both sorrow and urgency. "Your memories buried, your powers restrained. Because if they found you, if the Dominion ever discovered where you had been placed, you would be destroyed before you could rise again." I laughed nervously, though nothing about this felt funny. "So what, you're saying I'm some kind of alien soldier? That I've been sleepwalking through life as Daniel Carter while the real me was, what? Asleep inside?" Liara's gaze didn't waver. "Not asleep. protected. Until now. The visions she had forced into my mind lingered. They weren't dreams. They felt real. I could still recall the heat of the battlefield, the sting of smoke in my lungs, the way my heart had surged as I fought beside allies whose names I almost remembered. But why now? Why reveal this to me after so many years? Because the Dominion has found this system, Liara said, as though plucking the question from my mind. Their ships approach the outer colonies of your solar system. They will not stop until Earth itself bends to their will. And you, she stepped closer, her hand hovering near my chest. You are the only one who can lead the defense. I recoiled. You've got the wrong person. I'm not a soldier. I'm not. Her fingers brushed my cheek, and in that instant, I felt the truth humming beneath my skin, like an ember waiting for breath to ignite into fire. You are, she said simply. The awakening. Days passed in a blur after that. Liara remained close, guiding me through fragments of memory. She showed me symbols etched into crystalline tablets, and to my shock, I recognized them. I could read them fluently, though I had never seen them before. She sparred with me in the quiet hours, and my body moved instinctively, blocking, striking, parrying, as though muscle memory from another life had awakened. But with the awakening came danger. One night, the sky above the research dome rippled with unnatural light. Liara froze, her silver-blue eyes narrowing. They've come, she whispered. The Dominion had tracked her here. The first attack wasn't obvious. Not at first. Communications blacked out, satellites malfunctioned, drones crashed into the ocean. But I knew it was only the beginning. And when I returned to the lab the following night, I wasn't surprised to find the air charged with static once more. A figure emerged from the shadows, a tall, armored being with obsidian plating and glowing red lines etched across his form. His voice was a guttural hiss. Renegade, he spat at Liara. And the traitor you protect. I should have been terrified, but instead I felt something else rise within me. Rage. Recognition. I knew this Dominion warrior. I had fought him before. He lunged. Liara shouted something, but instinct took over. My body moved faster than my mind. I caught his strike, twisted, and slammed him into the steel floor with a strength that wasn't human. Energy burned in my veins, wild and unrestrained. The Dominion warrior staggered, then retreated, his voice promising vengeance as he vanished into a shimmer of red light. I stood there, trembling, breath ragged. My hands glowed faintly with blue fire. Liara's expression was solemn but proud. You see now, she said. You are not Daniel Carter. You are Kalen, guardian of the Veil. And deep inside I knew she was right. The war returns. We had little time. Dominion scouts appeared across the edges of Earth's orbit, probing defenses, testing humanity's readiness. Of course, humanity had no idea what was coming. To them, it was unexplained malfunctions, bursts of auroras, or natural atmospheric phenomena. Only Liara and I knew the truth, that the first phase of invasion had already begun. Together we prepared. Liara revealed a hidden chamber beneath the research facility, where ancient weapons had been concealed. When I touched them, memories surged. Battles fought, oaths sworn, comrades lost. My heart ached with both grief and fire.